Hello, everybody.
How we doing tonight, everybody? I see, I can say hi to Betty Jean Heisen. Cruising with the Colemans is here. Kent Kames is here. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in. What's that?
Kent Carnes.
Kent Carnes.
Uh-oh, the family is here.
so we're going to start out with the new stuff that's happened this week, and I think I'll start because the Bills, for the first time in 25 years, won the AFC East this week.
Yay! So the big story this week is that Tiffin was bought by Thor Industries. It's a $300 million deal, and a lot of people are concerned because Tiffin was like kind of the creme de la creme of campers, and now they're worried about quality and such. But they said that they're going to keep their home operation in Red Bay, Alabama, and the Tiffin family is still going to be running it.
And even though Thor is taking over and a lot of people are concerned about quality, our Class A is a Thor. We have a Thor Hurricane. It's a 2006, and we don't have,
knock on wood.
Knock on wood. We have your usual problems that that are common to all motorhomes. It's not just the Thor. And I think, well, we had the top of the line Thor from that year. So I mean, we all of the solid wood cabinets and everything else, but I don't think that
Well, it's older too, so people
right.
are saying the new ones are not as high a build quality and that kind of thing. But hi, Paula, how are you? Another interesting story: a restaurant in Long Grove, Illinois, is putting a unique twist on dining, and they are setting up RVs for private dining. So they're trying to find a workaround so they can still keep the restaurant running. So they bought a bunch of RVs and they've set them up in the parking lot, and they've called it Camp Find a Way. So these RVs are equipped with HEPA filters and UV lights so that they can keep them sanitized. And the name of the restaurant is called Chatterbox. Kind of an interesting thing, I guess, but I still don't see the point of making more inside seating when you can't sit inside, but that's a whole nother story. And then our last thing we got is anybody that might be traveling up to New York State. Our Empire Pass is still on sale for $65 until the end of the year. And then it will go up to, I believe, $75. And
I lost the chat.
It gets you, Ron's messing up the computer over there on the other side. And it gets you the discounts into the park for the admission. So if you're coming up here, you might want to check that out. Excuse me one second while I figure out what Ron just did to the computer.
I lost everything. The computer wanted to do an update, and I said, remind me later, and all of a sudden everything disappeared. There we go.
Oh,
we
thanks.
got RV Field Strip showed up. Thank you very much. Crisco Country Life. Hey there, Crisco. Yeah, how about them Bills?
Hey, Rat Fink, how are you?
Traveling Nate, good to see you here, buddy.
All right, so today we have special guests with us. These guys have started their YouTube journey with the travel channel, kind of like we did. We started in March, they started in April, and then of course everybody went into lockdown, so it was kind of hard to have a travel channel and be in lockdown. So we're bringing Retired and Loving It, Keith and Terry, up to our show today, and they introduce themselves and tell us all about their channel.
You got them muted.
Guys.
Hello.
And unmute you, sorry.
Okay.
How are you tonight?
Oh, we're doing great.
Yeah.
We're glad to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for having us on tonight.
Yes.
Okay. To start out, could you give us a little bit of an idea about your channel? Give you know what it's about and all that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I retired April 2nd, and he retired April 3rd, and we had been planning retirement for a few years. And then we retire, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, which who would have thought that, you know? So it kind of threw everything through a wrench in all of our plans. We were going to travel and start a YouTube channel and do a vlog. And so then we were in lockdown. So we thought, well, we'll go ahead and start our channel. It'll just be something other than what we had planned.
Right.
So it's sort of just evolved over time, and now we're traveling to places close to home, and sharing, you know, those experiences. Yeah. We do still want to travel.
Because we love
we all do.
And then we've subscribed to a lot of RV channels because we had thought when we retired, we would probably get an RV and travel. Well, we did a lot of research, and just for us, we didn't feel like it was the right thing to do right now. We may in the future, but for now.
Have you guys ever camped or done the outdoor thing, or you?
Yes, my parents were a member of the National Campers and Hikers Association, the NCHA, and we camped almost every weekend. And so, you know, we love camping. Yeah. So anyway, we just decided that, you know, for now we're not doing that, but we do want to travel. And we were thinking that possibly if we travel out west, where we'll have to be gone for several weeks, we may rent an RV just to try it out to see if that's what we really want.
Right. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do to test which model they want. I mean, when we got together, we bought a small pop-up, and we kind of moved up from there, learning each time what worked and what didn't work. And, you know, so we kind of went
or get me more comfortable to see if I can drive a Class B, say 28 or 29 length, and see how comfortable I am. As far
the motorhomes are a piece of cake to drive as compared to fifth wheels and travel trailers. In my opinion, you know,
we wouldn't want to pull behind because we would have to buy a new vehicle, you know, to pull it.
Class A or Class B definitely are the areas that we're looking at.
Right.
And someone that sleeps anywhere from at least 6 to 8.
Yeah, they're actually easier to drive, I think, and they're also easier to park and set up. I mean, when we had our travel trailer, you'd have to get out and, you know, put it down and unhitch it and do all that stuff. And I mean, here we pull into a place and in 5 minutes we're set up. So
we go to many RV shows and just falling in love, just, you know, walking through all the new homes and just awesome things to go through. It's like, man, we got to have one of these. And of course, we're looking for something at least 10 years old, probably. It's more in our price range.
I have to step out for 1 second.
Hey there, Mason Cornell. How you doing?
Mason Cornell, yay. My nephew, you said give him a shout out. Hi, Mason. This is your Uncle Keith.
The Northwoods RV Life, they're here. Thank you for coming in. Let's see who else today. Rat Fink, thank you for coming in. Okay, you said that you retired. Keith, you were a senior accountant, right?
Yes, I was. I'm not upset that Terry got to retire one day before me at all. No. No, I was hired at Lifespan Resources in 1982, so I spent 38 years there as their senior accountant, and we provided services for those 55 and older, all kinds of needed services from from home deliveries to taking them to doctors to anything as far as helping them get into nursing homes. And then also we help those with special needs, all kind of services. So I was there for 38 years from 1982 to April 3rd.
That's good. And Terry, you were an administrative pastor?
Yes, at our church. I've wore a lot of different hats at the church, and I've really enjoyed it. And we started out, Keith and I started out in clown ministry back in the probably early 80s.
Yeah.
Early 80s. And things just kind of evolved, and I went to school and got my credentials and this and that. And I've never been a senior pastor, but I've been a staff pastor. We were children's pastors for a while, and we both, we really enjoyed our jobs, but then at times, both of our jobs were stressful at times. So we're
in our set, we got 3 boys, and on the 3 of them was also clowns with us, and we got 2 acres here. At one time, we had like 9 miniature horses, and all the work involved with with the horses, and then the clown ministry, and then our normal jobs. We just gradually, when the boys got more involved in sports and everything, we just kind of gradually went out of the clown ministry, and then eventually we ended up selling all the miniature horses. So we got to retire.
and now you get to sit at home because you can't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
We have gotten to take a couple trips. We went to Florida. Our son lives in Florida.
Orlando area.
So they were quarantined and we were quarantined. So we just went and quarantined with them for a week.
Right.
And then we went to Virginia Beach for a week. We have a condo there. And so we knew that we could stay socially distanced and it wasn't crowded at all. So we really enjoyed that week. But other than that,
we were supposed to go to Panama City, but it got canceled because of the pandemic. We did get to see SpaceX. It was really awesome experience seeing that.
Seeing the launch.
The launch there at Cape Canaveral.
Cool.
And we have a mascot. He goes with us everywhere. This is Mr. Jingles. And he's quite mischievous, and it says "retired and loving it" on his
Probably
side.
can't see it.
Oh, is Mr. Jingles come
He's a
from?
gnome.
Did he come from a breeder, or is he a rescue gnome?
He's a rescue
gnome.
No, actually, when Keith retired, they knew that we were wanting to start a YouTube channel and that we wanted to travel. So they gave him a GoPro camera,
A surprise party.
all of the extras, a surprise party, and the gnome that we're to take with us everywhere we go. So that's how Mr. Jingles came to be.
And he loves he loves meeting the people and playing hide and seek and being mischievous.
That's so neat. So you've also written a couple books.
I have. This is my first book, Life's Crooked Path. I wrote under a different name. And the reason I did that is because when I wrote this book, it is a personal story, and our children were all still in school. And so I didn't want their real names in a book because, it is such a personal story. But we have 3 boys. Our eldest, our firstborn, had a birth injury, and he has cerebral palsy. So he's 43 years old now, and we still care for him.
Yes.
And so I wrote this book in 2002. I actually wrote it prior to, but it got published in 2002. And it is just an encouragement because at the time I was a young mother, and I didn't know anyone with a special needs child.
She was 18. I was 21 when we got married.
And I was 20 when I had our son. So I was young and didn't know anyone and just felt alone. And so I wrote this book just to encourage people, not only if they have a special needs child, but if they find themselves in some kind of a situation that they never thought they would be in.
A caregiving situation?
Right. That good can come out of it. So what I would like to do is the first 25 people who send us an email, I will send you a free book. So our email, if you go to our Retired and Loving It YouTube, in the About section, I put our email there. So just shoot us an email, and the first 25 people, I'll send you a free book. You just have to promise to read it, and then pass it on to someone who might need it. Yeah.
I will put your email, when I get done, I'll put your email down in our description too, so people can find it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Betty Jean, I'm sorry, I'm very bad at pronouncing names. Hassan, if you do find an RV and go traveling, you'll never be by yourself. This community is really big, and everybody is out to support everybody. And if you need anything, you just reach out to people, and people are there to help.
That's
so you'll
awesome.
never be on your own.
The good thing I read about was just how close knit
the community
is there, and that's what we're kind of looking for. Is, you know, just to be around other people and just share stories.
Right.
Oops.
This is my second book. It's Walking Through the Maze, and I am a certified professional life coach. Anyway, I've counseled kids, because we were kids pastors for a while, through a lot of different situations. But I had 2 children. They were very young, and their father had committed suicide. And I looked for resources to help them, and I just, it was few and far between. I really couldn't find what I wanted. So I ended up writing this book, and I dedicated it to them. I don't have a lot of these books, or else I would give them away. The publisher went out of business. So I only have a few books, and if you really, really know someone that needs it, shoot us an email.
And we will send you one free.
And we'll send you one. But like I said, I don't have a whole lot of these, and I can't get any more. So that's where we are on this book.
And if you know someone that could really use that book, shoot us an email, and we'll send you one for free.
So are you going to be in your YouTube channel as far as being the life coach and the financial? I know you guys started doing some financial things when you first started. Are you going to incorporate more of that kind of thing into your channel at all? Or are you done with that?
Because we were in lockdown and we couldn't go anywhere.
Right.
So we thought,
some retirement hacks.
Something, after being married 45 years.
Been married 45 years.
So, but honestly, I had started a YouTube channel. It was called, what was it called now?
Manna.
Something Manna.
Manna
in the Desert. That's what it was called. And I did life coaching segments. It was like 5 minutes and under. And I did that. I probably had 20 or 30 videos, and then I hadn't posted for a while. Mm-hmm. Well, I failed to get the message that if you didn't have a Gmail account, that your account would be deleted. And so all my videos are gone. So
that's why you always have 2 backups of everything.
But I feel like we will probably, our channel is still, like, we're still trying to discover, I think, what we'll do and where we're going to go. So it will probably morph and evolve more into life coaching, into our travels.
We love to travel, and we love, helping people.
So what kind of traveling? What kind of traveling are you going to do? Because you're not going to be doing an RV. Are you going to be mainly traveling in the United States, or
doing Airbnbs and just hotels and different
weekend getaways? Like Indianapolis is only about a little less than 2 hours away. They got tons of things around Indianapolis. Cincinnati, Ohio is only about 2 hours away, and there's tons of things there. And
our big trips is we want to go to Norway if the borders are open. If they aren't, we have a backup plan to go to Ireland. However, we don't know at this point with COVID just if we'll be able to do any international travel. We love cruising. We've been on several cruises. But that's kind of out of the picture now too. So
anywhere where it's warm, any of the beaches, ocean, anywhere, we love going.
Anywhere but home.
Anywhere but home. Yeah. Near home, our grandkids are like 10 miles away from us, and we watch them at least once or twice a week there, and so Addie's 5 and Cason's 3, so we enjoy taking care of them and watching them. They just keep me running all over the place there and getting me on my exercise.
They had him doing cartwheels.
I was doing cartwheels, yeah.
Careful, you can break a hip that way. It would take a second to say hi to a few more people that came in.
Sue from Lucky Dog Production, moderator. Sweet Pea Farms from New York. Thank you for coming in. And your sister Nancy's here.
RV field trip.
We talked to them already, I do believe. If I didn't say already, hello RV field trip.
So you said you'd still take care of your son. So does he travel with you, or is he?
He does. Now we can leave him alone like for a night, but not really much longer than that. But yeah, he goes with us when we go places. Now, if we do our day trips where we film around the local area, he doesn't go. But when we go overnight or a long distance,
we just call 2 or 3 times during the day just to make sure everything's okay and everything. And we have family close by that if something's wrong, that we can call them and come check in the house. But he loves to travel too. He loves sitting in the balcony.
He's a people person. Yeah.
Right.
He sat on the balcony and watched us parasail.
He's like, look at those dumb. They better come back because they're my ride home.
That was probably our most exciting adventure, was the parasailing. That was pretty frightful, but it was fun.
It was terrifying, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Checked out that video. Go over to their channel and check that out. I actually put their link up at the top for their channel. I pinned that up there. But yeah, they looked a little terrified, and I was afraid they were going to lose their cameras.
I kept on watching because I thought that one was going for sure.
Turned it around.
So, you said that the parasailing was your number 5 thing on your bucket list. What type of other things do you have on your bucket list that you want to have accomplished?
Well, we have different places that we want to travel. We want to go to Australia. We want to go to Europe. We want to go out west.
Out west. Do the Route 66. That's where we're thinking about renting an RV and just taking 2 weeks to a month and just take our time, going out there and going back. Our one bucket list was start a YouTube channel, which we did. We got that one checked off.
And you wouldn't think that there would be so much to learn or so much.
I started about 6 months beforehand, and because at the time I had already retired for my job, and I was just driving a bus part-time and learning all this stuff. So, and now I'm taking care of my mom, so I have all the time in the world during the day to learn this.
And I haven't learned anything.
And he doesn't. He shows up when we have to.
We're still like, we only know like this much, but there's just so much. I mean,
I don't think you ever learn it all.
All the time she does most of the editing, or 99% of the editing, and all that, and just. It's amazing.
The thing is, we want it to be enjoyable because we're retired. We don't want it to be a job.
Yeah.
Like, we're retired. We don't want a job, right?
Yeah. We're enjoying doing this. We want to.
Do you enjoy the filming and the editing part of it, or?
We do.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think we could do 3 and 4 videos a week like some people do. Because I think that would be too much like work.
Too much stress, I think, about knowing, okay, we got to get, one on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or something like that.
But we've committed to uploading once a week on a Friday. And so we have been able to keep that commitment, and it's not been, stressful
enjoyable.
Or anything.
It's been enjoyable.
But we enjoy getting out and doing it, because like we went canoeing one time. Keith and I haven't been canoeing since a Colorado trip years ago.
Down by the Hoover Dam.
And we would have never done that had we not been filming our YouTube channel. So it gets us out of the house to do things that we probably wouldn't do.
And that's one thing we said when we were talking retirement, is we did not want to be someone who just sat at home and did nothing. We wanted to be out doing things, staying active, and this is perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
We'd like to go to Hawaii too. We forgot about that. Hawaii sometime.
Yeah, I think ours is Alaska. I don't know if we want to drive there because the roads are kind of crappy. So
Yeah.
we might do one of those cruise things up there. I think that would be.
I've heard those are really
awesome.
nice.
I heard. Go up to Niagara Falls and visit the falls up there.
No, that's you can do anytime. We can social distance you here if you want. We got an empty house sitting down there. And actually, what we want to do next summer is get down to kind of your area. I want to go to Cincinnati and Kentucky and up and around that area.
20 miles from there, from Louisville.
I haven't been down that way in ages, and
there's tons of things around the Louisville area and Cincinnati area.
We're going to ask a few questions, and they may seem a little bit off the wall, but
okay.
It's kind of, and some of them might surprise you a little bit, but I'll let you go ahead and answer. What's the one thing that can instantly make your lives better?
Your day better.
Or your day better.
You can't even read the questions right.
Well, for me, the one thing every day is, again, as grandkids, we grew up with 3 boys, and the first grandchild, Addie, was a girl, of course, and just completely different from boys to girls. And then our second child is a boy. So to have our grandkids is just awesome to play with, to see them grow and see them learning, and just, they want to take part with us everywhere we go. So to me, that just talking to them or seeing them just brightens my day. Are they still young, or do they realize what YouTube is? And oh yeah,
yeah, because Addie has her own channel.
Addie and Casey, okay. Yeah.
So Addie, you go to her for tips, right?
She'll be 6 next month in January. Casey in November turned 3. But yeah, Addie's for a 5-year-old. She's like 5 going on 20. She just watches YouTube all the time, and she just picked it up so quickly. It amazes me.
She says she wants 1 million subscribers.
She wants 1
I'm
million.
sure she'll probably get
she'll
it.
have it before.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Cruising with the Coleman said that you should try zip lining next.
We have
done zip lining, yeah.
Before we started our YouTube, our son, matter of fact, was a zip lining instructor at Squire Boone Caverns, about 5 miles down the road from us there. And he took us and then her mom and dad. Her mom, how old was she? 78?
78 at
78 years old. Zip lining.
We get
do that then with our camera,
Yeah,
because then we didn't have the GoPro, and so we didn't really get a lot on film when we did that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a place in Orlando, Gator Land, that you can zip line over the gators.
The gators, I don't want to do that.
I think it'd be pretty neat.
But you parasailed over the ocean and the sharks. What's the difference?
Yeah.
So if you could go back in time, and what would you tell your 18-year-old selves?
Start preparing for retirement before you think you need to. When you get there, you'll be in real good shape.
Yeah. To put away, $10, $25, a week, because in the long run, you're going to be able to retire
sooner. And
just to, be more financially, have more wisdom in your finances.
Because when you're in your 20s, like, you don't even think about retirement. But if
it's so many years away, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, I'm 50.
Right, and I'm not ready. Yeah. So the sooner, that's what we would tell ourselves. The sooner we would start, the better.
We get, it's like, okay, 15 more years, we're going to retire, 15 more years. Then you go by and, okay, 10 more years. Then we get down to like the 5-year. I would just kind of be tricking with her. And I say, okay, I'm going to retire in 5 years, since she's younger than me, 2, 3 years younger. I say, you get to work 5 more years after I retire. She didn't go with that.
I was going to say, 1 day apart, you guys managed that.
Retired 1 day earlier.
Yeah.
So you retired on the same day. You wear the same T-shirts all the time. Do you always wear matching shirts?
No, not just when we're on YouTube.
Just when we film.
But actually, we have gotten subscribers by wearing our shirts because people go, "What in the world?" And go, "That's our YouTube channel." Yeah. So they'll get on their phone and look us up and say, "Hey, I'll subscribe."
There you go.
Mr. Jingles meets the kids and stuff, and of course the kids say, when will your video be on? So we say in 3 weeks it's going to be on. So they're looking for it, and we get a lot of subscribers by getting their kids involved.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, get the kids that'll remember the names, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think the main philosophy of your life is?
To put God first, and our faith and our family are the two most important things in our life. And we feel like we are so blessed because we have served for so many years, served others. And I believe that's why we're so blessed now.
Yeah. We're a close-knit family. Her family's really close. I'm really close, especially to my brother and my sister and their family. And I think, having that closeness in a family is just so important. And then just first and foremost, having your faith in God.
Mason, Cornell, we're probably, 3 or 4 hours away from Cooperstown?
Right.
Right. Cooperstown is more central New York. We're more western New York. We're right next to Lake Erie. So
we're near Buffalo and Niagara Falls.
Right
on the lake.
Side. Okay. Do you have nicknames for each other?
Well, we used to years ago. Oh yeah, I used to call her Woo. Not moo, Woo.
When we were dating, my mom said that we would pitch Woo to each other. So he started calling me Woo, but he hasn't called me that in years.
No. No, I'm gonna be in trouble.
Oh gosh.
Kind of like that Christmas show was a little
Who, the Whovilles.
Whoville the Grinch.
Can be the Woovils.
Yep.
You got the next one?
He's good at this.
What famous person in history would you like to spend a day with?
Well, mine, I know who I said. When I was in college and I went to French Lick, Indiana, I went to a small college down there and actually did play basketball with Larry Bird. I just would love to be able to spend a whole day with Larry Bird and just kind of see if he even remembers me or not. But just to kind of, he was such a smart person in, playing basketball, and just to touch his mind, and he was always 2 or 3 plays ahead of everybody else, and just to sit down and pick his brain a little bit.
I thought you were going to say Muhammad Ali.
Well, Muhammad Ali was a close second. I'm a big Muhammad Ali fan.
Yeah, he was a pretty spectacular person.
He was, man, just awesome speed. Of course, he's from Louisville area, which was a good reason there. But yeah, he was, I think, if not the best boxer in the world, the top 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
You have someone there?
I don't know who I can't even think who I would want to sit down with. Abraham Lincoln pops in my head. I don't know.
You like the singers like Carrie Underwood and Lauren Daigle.
Yeah.
Putting you on the spot here.
Yeah.
I said they were going to be kind of like off the wall type of questions.
It is.
It's thought provoking. It kind of helps people to get a feel for who you are and your qualities and all of that kind of thing. That's what we're doing the interviews for, is to try to get everybody to learn or to meet you and understand who you are and want to reach out to you and watch your channel a little bit more.
We appreciate that so much.
It. We almost didn't want to do it because we were so scared.
We felt the same way on our first interview.
Yeah.
I went back and watched it the other day, and I was like, she kept asking us questions. I'm like, God, we're such boring people.
Yeah. So tonight in bed, I'll be thinking, who else would I really want to meet? Or what would I
should have said this.
You're going to be up all night thinking about the answer. I should have said that.
Yep.
So what do you think your definition of success is?
I would say being happy and being content. Because there's a lot of people who have bukus of money and they're not happy and they're not content. So I think if you have happiness and contentment,
living within your means, being content with what you have, I think that would be a success.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're very frugal people. I mean, we live in a 500 square foot house and we don't have fancy things so that we could afford our toys that we did want to buy. And we always bought used things and that stuff. And we've gotten to enjoy a lot of things. We had motorcycles and we sold those, and we got a boat, a pontoon boat, and then we sold those and upgraded our camper. And, that's
RV Field Trip says they'd like to spend the day with Marvin Gaye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, being in finances all my life, and that's one thing I am good at is numbers and living within a budget. And of course, neither one of us are really want big things. Whatever, we're happy with whatever we can get, and so we're both, I guess, work really well together.
Okay, now, what's your go-to guilty pleasure?
Mine is chocolate. I say chocolate and Jesus, they heal everything.
there you go.
No matter what's wrong with you, chocolate's the answer.
That's right. Mine, I mean, my brother and I are big disc golfers, and we love playing disc golf, like frisbee golf. And that's one thing as we both get older, we're just saying, man, I hope we can still play disc golf when we're in our 80s or whatever. And it's great exercise, and you're out there in the woods or open fields playing disc golf. And my brother there, Kent, he's on there, I know, and I know he's had a couple surgeries and stuff like that, but he gets out there. He's 70 and he can throw the disc further than I can.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I did that once. Played disc golf. It was kind of fun.
It's aggravating. You think you throw a great shot and boom, hit a tree or something. And oh man, that was so good. But it's fun.
I like to walk along and be the spotter because I'm no good. I don't do anything good that requires hand-eye coordination.
Oh. Well, you held on to the camera while you were parasailing, so
She's not very competitive. She loses, she don't care. Whereas
Carl's off the grid popped in. Hey, Carl, how you doing? And yeah, we can work something out with that for next year, maybe.
Says he wants to spend a day hunting with Ron.
Deer season ended, or muzzleloader season ended last night, so it's officially over for the year until turkey season in May. So it's pretty much a year away now.
And Reese's peanut butter cups. Well, actually, these are Reese's pea cups. Peanut butter cups. I just bought some of those for my mom, and I ended up eating them all.
They are good.
They are good, yeah.
And the trees and the eggs are really good.
Yeah.
It seems like the chocolate and the peanut butter ratio is better in the eggs than it is in the cups.
Yeah.
I think I like the eggs better than the actual cups themselves.
Yeah, Easter eggs.
I'm the opposite. I like the other ones better. But yeah, we do keto, so we don't do a lot of sweets a lot of the times. And
well,
we were on keto for a while. We need to get back there.
Yeah,
us too. After the holidays, we're gonna.
We need to get back to the keto thing because once we stopped, I gained a lot of weight, and I'm having a lot of issues with the.
I can relate to that.
We do like to stay active. We have an elliptical machine, a treadmill, and a stationary bike, and some weights and stuff in our basement. And we're pretty diligent about doing that because we want to stay. Well, we want to be active in our retirement, and if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So we want to be able to stay, because we're blessed that we are in good health and are retired. There's so many people that work, and then when they retire, their health is bad and they can't do anything. And so we're really blessed to be in good health. Yeah,
we're in our 50s, and Ron's had a few health issues along the way. So he ended up with Lyme disease this summer, and it's kind of taken a little bit of a toll on him, in addition to the other things that he's had going on. So we really need to get back and get serious about
the Lyme disease has really knocked me down quite a bit.
I can imagine.
A tick bite, yeah. He has no idea where he got it from or anything. He just all of a sudden one day broke out in a fever and started getting rashes all over his body. And of course, with what was going on, they kept trying to diagnose him with that. And, it's like, have you tested me for Lyme? Have you, he kept asking them, and finally they did. And so then they got him on antibiotics, and he's doing better now, but he still has residual from it. And actually Carl off the grid, that's in here too, suffered this year with it too. And he's having a heck of a time with it also. It's just knocked the heck out of their bodies.
Traveling Nate Dog, thank you for coming in. You have a good night now. And Times 4 Exploring, thank you for coming in.
So what's the scariest thing besides the parasailing that you think you've ever done?
I was thinking you was going out looking for that cave, snakes around and everything.
Well, that wasn't as scary as that canoe trip.
Oh, the canoe trip.
Were there banjos on that canoe trip?
We took a canoe trip.
Doing banjo?
Well, we took a canoe trip down the Colorado River, and Keith and I had never been in a canoe.
Oh, shit.
And they didn't tell us that they put you in at the base of the Hoover Dam. And so the current was just unbelievable. So we had our son with us, our oldest son. And so I was afraid we were going to capsize, and how would we get him? And so anyway, they put us in the river, and the current just took us down the river, and the guide kept saying, come back, come back, come back.
We were going towards the Hoover Dam. This was right after 9/11, and they had told us if you get too close to Hoover Dam, they had snipers around that Hoover Dam. So here we're going towards Hoover Dam.
So she's hollering at us, come back, come back. We're trying.
Yeah, there's no steering wheel on this thing,
Yeah.
So we ended up getting stuck on a sandbar.
Well, that was good.
Rescued us. So but I was terrified. I wanted to go home.
And 8 hours of that left.
Yeah. It was just
8 hours?
8 hours. Once we got out, the current was pretty good then. It was fun. It was great. But that first half hour learning how to be in sync, with the paddle, it was a nightmare.
It was,
they probably should have put you in a little quieter water to get used to it, right?
Yeah. That was my most terrifying
experience. I would think that was there. And probably the parasailing, the initial part of that, with the wind taking you up in the air, where the guide had said that the day before the winds were calm and everything, and that the day we went out that it was really strong. And I thought he was kind of kidding, but it was kind of sunny where we was at and didn't seem bad. But once that first wind took you up, right away my mind was, okay, no filming. Hold on to that camera. Don't fall out of this little bucket seat. And he had told us about if we would, for some reason, the line would break and the parachute would land in the water, not to be kicking or anything, because that would draw the sharks in. Was back in my mind, I was holding on to my camera, looking over at Terry. He's like, I'm supposed to spy. I was, we're filming this. This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
But once we got up there, it was fun, and I did turn the camera on and get to film the beach, and Josh was up there and film him.
That's one of the things about having a YouTube channel and traveling and trying to film it at the same time. Sometimes I think you lose the enjoyment of what you're trying to do because you're trying to film it. And
yeah, I did see that you were hanging onto your smartphone for dear life in that video. So what phone app do you use the most?
What phone app? Probably Facebook.
Yeah, yeah, Facebook.
Not YouTube.
That's up there with with the,
yeah, it's up there, but I'd say probably Facebook is.
and then our editing thing there.
Yeah.
What do you guys edit with?
iMovie.
iMovie.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you guys use?
We use Filmora.
Yeah, we have Filmora 9.
Yeah, I found it pretty easy to learn, and I found a good tutorial for it. So, and they keep upgrading it. It's inexpensive, and they keep upgrading it and adding things to it, and they let you upgrade for free. So,
Munya, Texas on the back 20. Thank you for showing up. Good to see you here. Okay, I've got another question here. Have you ever disliked something and then changed your mind later?
In food, I have, like broccoli. I used to hate broccoli. But I like broccoli now.
I feel the same way about Brussels sprouts.
I can't think of anything that we've done that we didn't like, that we now like.
Yeah. Nothing as far as going any places or.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Well, you don't like Japanese food, or what kind of food don't you like? Chinese food. You don't like Chinese food.
I don't like Chinese.
But I do like Chinese food.
Boy, oh boy. I should have had things highlighted here going down through. I see a question I pointed out. I'm going to ask it, and I'm like, oh, they already said that one.
Is there anything you'd like to talk about as far as your channel and future and what your plans are? Trips coming up?
Well, we're certainly hoping that Norway or Ireland pans out next year. But if they don't, we will still be traveling around. There's a lot of places around here. The Ark near Cincinnati.
Creation Museum.
In the Creation Museum. We want to go there.
Kings Island, and there's, of course,
Cincinnati
Reds.
Train that's pretty near here, about an hour, and they have a chocolate.
In French Lick, Indiana, if you know, again, that's where they're
in February. They do a chocolate tasting on this train, so we're going to do that.
That sounds like fun. I don't even think stuff up here is even that open that you could even do something like that. We can't even go to a restaurant.
It's pretty good here in Indiana. Of course, we're in Indiana, the southern part of Indiana, near Louisville. I seen someone from there said they were from Indiana, and up there in Indianapolis, they have a great children's museum up there that we want to go to, and of course they got like the Angel Mounds, I think it is. They got
Indian mounds,
and a lot of history stuff up there. So
we like history. We did a lot of historical things in our hometown. So we do enjoy history. We like going places and seeing historical things. And
we haven't been to Gatlinburg in a long time. You want to go down to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and see things there.
Isn't it kind of amazing when you start going into your own hometown and you start discovering things that you're like, I never knew that was there.
You just see it your whole life and don't even realize, what's there.
There's our hometown is kind of famous for the drugstore, the one drugstore that we have there.
Butt drugs.
Butt
drugs. Okay.
They have a commercial that is absolutely hilarious. It's on YouTube.
There's parking in the rear. They got all kinds like butts.
All kind of innuendos.
Yeah, they got tons of shirts. A boutique.
But I feel like I will probably do some life coaching things at some point. I don't know if it'll be on this channel or if I'll do another channel. I don't know. But that's, I feel like, one of my callings, one of the things that I was put on the earth to do. So I will continue to do it. I do some life coaching now on the side, but I think I will do probably some films how I used to. I think I'll do that.
Yeah, she really enjoys helping people and just, helping them, whether it be in marriage or finances, in budgeting and stuff. She's really good at it.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy that too. I kind of dabbled in the financial coaching and thought I would go and venture out and starting my own business doing that, but I'm just not really into the whole thing. I like helping people. If somebody needs help, I'll gladly help them. And I reached out to another financial coach, and the two of us got together and we did a couple series on our channel on budgeting and emotional spending and stuff like that.
Hey, our Epic, thank you for coming in. Good to see you.
And Adventurous Jerry Lynn, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, Jerry Lynn, how things turn out for you after we interviewed her last week? Did you get any type of response from us? But I hope you did.
She's been on for a year and a half. I forgot how long it was now, but she was looking for subs. She's got great views on her channel, but her subs were very low. So she was our first guest on here, trying to get her subs up and get some attention to her channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sub thing is something else. Like
it's a roller coaster.
We'll gain 3 and lose 2 and gain 4 and lose 2.
Yeah.
And it's just up and down.
Yeah.
Our daughter-in-law started a channel, Chrissa Travels, Florida, and her channel is like specific to places around Orlando and things to do. And she started right when we did,
exactly the same time.
Her channel just like blew up.
She's over 750 already, and
yeah, so it's just weird how different channels are different. But like we're doing this because we enjoy it.
Of course, we do want would like 1,000 subscribers,
right? That is
fun. Plus with 1,000 subscribers.
Right. But we'll get there. Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah, we were struggling too. We were about 650, and then we got into those shorts, and we gained a bunch of subscribers from our shorts, which we were blessed to put. That put us over our 1,000. Now we're still working on our watch hours. We've got about 300 or so left on our. So we're so close, but yet so far away.
We'll get there really soon. I mean, that's the hardest part of those watch hours.
Yeah.
The one thing that you have about subscribers is that you want quality subscribers and not just subscribers. You want subscribers that are going to come and watch things, and because if it doesn't mean anything to have 50,000 subscribers if only 20 people are watching anything.
Right.
So it's important to have quality subscribers, and we've been blessed. It's amazing that the views that we do get on our videos. So I mean, we've been blessed that the people that are subscribing are watching, and we hope that they keep on watching.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
That's the part of the RV community that we really like, and that you become more like a family. You get to know each other. You do things together when you do, go wherever you go, and it's like, you're not strangers, and it's like you're just part of their family.
Right. I don't know if you guys were familiar with the meetups that they just had down in Mayberry. Whole bunch of channels.
Just see something posts about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing another one next year in October. They're already almost sold out on the campground already because so many people are going.
Well, it's amazing how you get to know people on YouTube. I was following this one couple from Canada. They're retired, and they upload every Saturday like clockwork. And like for a month, they didn't upload. And so I went to their channel to see, oh, I hope they don't have COVID, and come to find out they are just taking a little break. But, here I was really concerned about them. You really get to know people.
Right.
So I was worried that they were sick or something, but now they're just taking a break. So
it's like with you guys, a year ago, I would have never known anything about you guys. And now I feel like I'm getting to know you guys and then, part of your friends eventually or whatever. And it's like just an awesome experience.
It is. It's helped so much in the last year because I lost my dad this year and started taking care of my mom. So we've kind of been isolated a little bit, and even just getting on and talking to people here and going on chats and chatting with people. I mean, it helps so much because it's hard. You know, I can't really leave the house too much. And
yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely nice to have this community.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start wrapping things up a little bit here because Northwoods is going to be coming on at 8 o'clock.
And our bot isn't running.
And our
Well,
body.
Ron and Judy, we want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you guys getting us on tonight and just talking to us and just,
So do you want to give one more recap for the people that came in late about your channel and what you're about?
We are recently retired. We go on all kinds of different adventures. We would love for you to check out our channel. We're just two crazy people having fun and enjoying life.
And
with Mr.
Jingles.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add on that?
And don't forget, if you would like
the book,
just send us an email. Tell us
I will put a link in the description.
And we'll get those sent out. It'll be after Christmas because it's kind of
busy.
Times for exploring. If you'd be interested in doing an interview, you can find our email in the description in our about section. In our, we'd be more than happy to try to set something up in the future for you if that's something that you'd be interested in doing.
And it's not as scary as it looks.
No,
we were terrified.
If we can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
You guys should do a in real life collab. Unfortunately, can't happen right now.
It's a long way. We're a long ways apart right now.
But if we get out in the summer and we get to Kentucky and in that area, we'll definitely look you guys.
Shout out. We'll meet up.
Great. But
Ken Carnes asked us if there's an adventure that we would rate as your best.
To us or you guys?
The adventure of our life.
Our life has been a great adventure. It's just gotten a lot better recently as far as that goes for us. But it's been an adventure. It's been a fun time being together.
Roller coaster of life.
It definitely is that.
There's
ups and downs and all around.
But as they always say, when you put all your problems in a bin, you'd always take your own back.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
It's very wise.
Okay. Next week we're going to be having Camping with the Colemans on with us.
Cruising with the Colemans.
I can't get anything right. Cruising with the Colemans.
They're going to be our guests next week, so if everybody wants to check that out. And again, we pin the link for Retired and Loving It up at the top. You guys go check out their channel. It'll be in this description also. And I will list their email if anybody would like one of their books. And Lori, I'm sorry, if there's any moderator that can drop a link for the Northwoods. Our bot obviously isn't, I didn't do something right, so our bot isn't running.
But we're going to go and raid Northwoods RV Life.
The Northwoods RV Life. If you guys haven't checked them out, you guys might want to check them out too.
Yes, we will. Definitely.
Anything in closing?
I want to wish everybody, you guys, everybody watching, a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you guys too. Enjoy it. Let's all hope that we all can get out and explore soon.
See everybody again next year, 2021. New adventures, having fun.
And it was a pleasure having you guys on.
Thank you so much again. We appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Jerry Lynn, congratulations. I'm really happy for you. She went from 200 to 210 on her subs.
Yay.
Just keep plugging along. You're doing great.
All right, guys. We're going to call it a night. Head over to the Northwoods RV Life. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And Cruising with the Colemans will be our guests next week.
Thank you.
Have a
very
Merry
much.
Christmas, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.